What's up, basketball fam, and welcome to your one-stop shop for African basketball content. From Cape to Cairo, Dakar to Darfur, we've got it all right here on Africa's basketball show, Ball in Africa. I'm your host, Silalio War, and we'll be focusing on Nigeria primarily over the next several episodes following the newly sponsored Kwesi Premier League and getting to know the various vibrant teams and personalities across the country. This week, we kick things off with an interview of a company based in Lagos producing basketball uprights, backdrops, hoops and rims 100% manufactured in Nigeria. We find out more from its founder and talk about the importance of having high-quality basketball equipment in African basketball.
Weber Engineering Limited is into the fabrication of basketball uprights and other steel and sheet metal equipments. Weber was a name given to me by my stepmother. She bought me this replica vest of Chris Webber when he was still with Golden State Warriors. So I used to put on that jersey, and friends who didn't know me then just started calling me by the name on the back of my jersey. So that has stuck with me for over 20 years now. So when I decided to start up this company, I decided to just use the name, which already a lot of people were able to associate with. I was introduced to basketball by a friend in Ilorin, Kwara State in Nigeria, when I was 15 years old, still in high school. I was about 6'5" at that time, and I started playing for Kwara Falcons, which was the home team. And from there, I moved on to Lagos, where I played for Dodon Warriors before I then went on to do my mechanical engineering degree. Ended up working for a couple of companies in the oil and gas industry. I decided to call it quit in 2015, October, to start up this company in Nigeria. Well, I've always had a passion for engineering, and since I was a basketballer, this was the only platform that could combine the two passions I had together. So I decided to start this company which could leverage on my engineering skills and also my experience in the basketball cycle. The products we make here at Weber Engineering are all fabricated locally here in Nigeria. So starting from the steel which we buy, the cutting, all the skill sets which are even required to get all of our products from start to finish are all gotten here in Nigeria. In terms of the labor, I basically taught the guys I employed initially, and we acquired a couple of other machines. We get our raw materials from the market locally here. We basically just put everything together and it becomes what you see. We have supplied the African Basketball League. We also supply us to Continental Basketball League, CBL, coming up soon. At the moment, we've got a backstop for a team in Gabon. We also got a backstop here for a Ramblers team in Côte d'Ivoire. Recently, we did a refurbishment of the Nigerian Basketball Federation's upright at the National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos. To be honest with you, we are lacking a lot in Africa in terms of equipment for the game, because to import these backstops from the likes of America, Europe or Asia, it costs a lot of money. We need companies like these to build homegrown equipment. in all fairness, there are certain countries in Africa which have more equipment than others. Like if you compare the likes of South Africa, Angola, they've got more basketball centers and courts. Like you can remember the first NBA game has been played in Johannesburg, and yeah, they've got something very presentable to the world. Some people never even played with a tampered glass board before, and they go on to play for junior national teams. These are the kind of challenges we face in Africa in terms of how the players will eventually benefit from a good backstop and equipment on their basketball courts. So our reach is to spread the products across Africa, Senegal, Nairobi, Accra, wherever our products are needed.
Welcome back to Ball in Africa. It's going down in Nigeria's capital this week. All roads lead to Abuja National Stadium for the Kwesi Premier Basketball League for a Savannah Conference showdown.
This is a local derby, really. We're playing against the Civil Defense Basketball Club. That's a team that has a lot of depth, a very physical team. A team that they've been together for a while, because they came from the Division 1, so that means they were relegated some years back and are back again. So that's a team that has depth.
We're looking out for their big guys, quite a number of them, and also their point guards as well. Yeah, I mean, they're deep, so I can just mention almost like all of them, so it's going to be a good game.
I think the fans should expect a lot of fireworks on the courts. We've got a lot of fantastic players, especially from the ranks of MacMentos, but we also have a lot of youngsters who are also ready to do their own thing for the Civil Defenders. So it's going to be a bit physical, because usually you get that physical kind of game as well whenever two big teams like that are playing, and then you expect a lot of shots from downtown, especially from MacMentos. And defenders themselves also have a few players as well who are quite good with their shooting. So, but all in all, it's a mix of everything called basketball, inside play, perimeter shots, and then of course normal 2-point shots in the game, field goals as well. So it is going to be an exciting and explosive basketball action we're in for. It's Civil Defenders up against MacMentos.
An exciting and explosive game indeed. It's MacMentos in the red taking on Civil Defense in the white, as both sides show respect during the national anthem. This is one of the final matches of the first round of the Kwesi Premier Basketball League, and my, how time has flown. The games are only getting better with new rivalries coming up, but this particular game has your standard in-conference rivalry with both sides fighting to stay atop of the Savannah Conference heading into the second round. MacMentos with some efficient ball movement, but it's one pass too many and the ball is stolen. It's the first of a total 25 turnovers for the game for MacMentos. Civil Defense with some solid transitional offense, and it's defense's number 4, Joeli Jigba, who gets his first bucket for the night. MacMentos try their set offense once again, and this time basket is good as number 9, Abdul Malik Onuku's strong baseline drive to the hoop. The first quarter saw a strong effort from both sides, which was to be expected, but it's MacMentos who edged out a 4-point lead, finishing 20 to Civil Defense's 16 points. Despite some solid shots from the 3-point line, they made just 5 of their 22 attempts. MacMentos on the other side, it's a finger roll for Ocheibi Okpe, the only player on the MacMentos squad to finish with a double-double, 19 points and 10 rebounds. Okpe on the break, off a defensive rebound, and this time he'll finish with a two-handed flush. MacMentos are a team coming off a rebuilding season in 2016 after 7 of their key players left the team that won the Premier League Championship in 2015, defeating Kano Pillars 79 to 66 points. They took their time finding and developing the players who they believe can carry them to another Premier League final, and clearly that patience has paid off. But defense are giving as good as they're getting. And what a beautiful three-pointer from downtown for number 5, Esse Austin. He was definitely the star this evening for Civil Defense, finishing with a team-high 21 points and scoring half of them on the free throw line with an impressive 75% in a league where many players struggle from the charity stripe. It's Ejigba who wraps up this half in style with a reverse dunk and send us into halftime. Mark Mentor is still leading, but only by half a basket, 40 to Civil Defense's 39 points. Halftime is strategy time, and that's what it's going to come down to for either side to pull away. It's up to Mark Mentor's coach Adeka Daudu to find a way to get his team to stop turning the ball over and capitalize on the team's steals, which have only been 6 so far in this game. Time will tell as we get into the third quarter, and what a change in attitude from Mark Mentors with a steal and a good job with the push on transition. It's number 28, Kayode Balogu with the finish, and that will be his sole bucket for the game. Mark Mentors out of the halftime blocks with a bang, putting on a massive attack to widen the margin in this third quarter to 9 points, 53 to 64, and mostly in part to Onuku's exceptional performance in this game, finishing with 22 points and 7 rebounds, shooting 42.9% from the field. Mark Mentors are feeling the fire, taking advantage of Civil Defense's slow recovery on defense. What a throwdown! Everyone's getting involved in this third quarter as Mark Mentors pull away for their biggest lead in the game, 13 points. It's number 20, Rafael Ren, off the bounce, drains the dribble J. He finished with 5 points and is the only player in the entire Kwasi Premier League from China, holding his own in Nigeria's top league. Top of the fourth, and Civil Defense are struggling. Relegated in 2012, the group finished second in the Division 1 tier, falling to Hoops and Reed in the finals, but still qualifying to advance to the Premier League this season. Civil Defense was one of the only 2 teams to go unbeaten in the conference matches leading to the final and know what it takes to have a winning streak despite trailing for most of this particular matchup. Ren with a nasty crossover, and he's ducking and weaving between the Civil Defense. The fans love it, and it's number 4, Musa Usman, to tuck that possession away. It's Mark Mentors who go home with a victory, 80 to Civil Defense's 73 points.
It was full of action. We had 5 players record double digits in terms of scoring. A player also recorded a double-double as well in there, Ochebi Okwe. Also, that highlighted the fact that it was a very intense game. The game, by the way, ended by just a 7-point margin for Mark Mentors, who were supposedly the away side, though they were playing at home more or less in the end of the day.
Up next, it's time we show you showboaters out there how to step up your street ball game as we get the scoop on what's hot and what's not with Ballin' Africa's street ball guru, Rampage.
Yo, what's poppin', Ballin' Africa? Y'all know what time it is. It's time to learn with who? Your street ball sensei, the Rampage. And as usual, you know, I'm trying to bring some new moves, some street ball moves, try to help you learn how to break the defender's ankle. But it's gonna be different today. Why? Because we're working on the referee. Like, you know, not trying to piss him off. We'll keep the moves legal, and I'll help you work on that. Now, I got a special guest to help me work on the defense, and here he is, your boy Mudacia, AKA Muda. Now the lesson starts. As usual, I'll give you a lot of moves, and today it's just gonna be 4. First, we got the Jamal Crawford crossover. Second, we got the Len Stephenson crossover. Third, we got the Rafer Alston crossover. And fourth, you got the Ricci Rampage crossover. So the first move, the Jamal Crawford crossover. And you know the J cross is really lethal. He has a lot of options when it comes to his handles, but today we'll just focus on something we've never done before. Not the Sham God, not the shake and bake, but just the J cross. And I'll show you how to do it. So now it's time for the breakdown. So all you gotta do first is just get the ball, you know, intimidate the defender, and you can just shuffle like Jamal Crawford the way he does first, but win this distance. Then when you come close, now you're trying to eliminate him. And how do you do that? all you got to do is just pass the ball between the legs and make it look like you're trying to drive. And when he expects to go for the ball, you just wrap around behind the back. And then step back, just make the shot. Or you can make a layup, whatever you choose. Just remember, all you do is first, try to intimidate, play around. Then when the defender comes, you just pass the ball between the legs. Just get small contact, dribble behind the back. So it's really that simple. Bounce behind the back. Because Jamal Crawford is really known for dribbling behind the back. He's got some good footwork, so that's a move. Now the second move, the Rafer Alston crossover. And who's Rafer Alston, you might ask? Well, he's one of the best street ballers of all times. Skip Tumalu. That's how you used to know him. First N1, he's the legend. And he's the first and only player in N1 to actually make it to the NBA, and that's what makes you special. So first, all you got to do is intimidate, just waste some time, when you come with the ball as a guard, and that's what he used to be. He used to be a guard, and he's known for that, and that's why he's called Skip Tumalu. You skip, like, just hop around the court without the ball, obviously. You just hop around, hop around, hop around. Then once you get now close to the defender, and that's why the action starts. First move, pass the ball between the legs. Second move, behind the back. Then you spin. Now, the only difference between the reverse spin and this one is you fake as if you're trying to run. So 1, between the legs. 2, behind the back. 3, you make a hesitation, like you're trying to sprint, but you freeze. And I'll show you how to do it. Let's go again. 1, behind the back, spin, then fake like you're trying to dash. Then you come back, get the ball, make the shot, drive, do whatever, That's the move. Third move, the Lance Stephenson crossover. And Lance Stephenson gave LeBron James some hell. He's really a clown, and he's got some of the best moves. And he's even signed to N1 for the shoe deal, but now we're focusing on the street basketball. So his move, here it goes. First, as usual, you got to intimidate the defender, and he does that in a special way. Just, some contact, bump into the defender, then create some distance. Then what you do next is really nice. You fake in and out, like, bouncing in and out at least twice. So you go 1, 2, fake the shot. Then when the defender comes, you attack the basket. So I repeat, contact, space, in and out, 1, 2, then make the shot, fake, or you can pass. Whatever you do, just finish that way. Now, last but not least, and not from a player in the league, it's the Richie Rampage cross. And as you heard, it's got my name in it. So this is how it works. All you got to do is mix a couple of moves, different combinations, in and out, whatever. Then at the end, you clap the ball between the legs, then you make the shot. And this is why it works, because the defender obviously expects you to do more moves. So you're probably not trying to reach. Then when you clap between the legs, he'll step back, you got space, you make your shot. So that's how it works. Different combinations. You can go crossover behind the back, you can go between the legs. Then at the end, just clap the ball between your legs, then you make the shot. And that's a Richie Rampage cross. Yo, with those moves I gave you, you're gonna be mad hot. And obviously the defender's legs are gonna be twisted like dreadlocks. But until next time, I'm out. Rampage, Ballin' Africa.
Thank you, Rampage. So who's ready to drop their street ball mixtape? Oh, come on, guys. With all these tutorials, you must be ready. Seriously, we want to see your moves. So share them with us on our social media pages. Anyways, it's time for us to go on a short break, but we're not finished yet. Right around the corner for our feature segment, we'll be bringing you a player who's the talk of the town. He hit a career high 25 points not too long ago and is already in league MVP talks. We'll be hanging out with the Nigeria Premier League's custom superstar, Michael Okiki.
Okiki has the spirit of a warrior. It reminds me of Isaiah Thomas, John Wall, because of his quickness and his speed and the way he attacks the rim.
And Okiki takes advantage. It's a steal and a wide open layup for Michael Okiki.
There's this game they call slavery. This essay is like, how do I put it, the ghetto. You have to earn respect if you want it. Normally, if you lose a shot, you go inside for the rebound. So he gave Okiki the ball. Okiki made it at the end of the day, he actually won him. And what you do is when you win, everybody will bow down like and call you king of the court.
Well, he's a good point guard. He can handle the ball and he can also shoot. But I don't want him to really, base on that shooting, but try to distribute the ball more, get so many assists, and then time to time get those chances to be able to hit the threes and the twos, depending on which this thing he gets.
He's dynamic for the fact that he can influence play on both ends of the court. If you look at the guards in the league today, Okiki probably, when it comes to steals per game, he'll probably be the highest. He's averaging about 3 steals per game. And his confidence, he drives to the bucket without fear, of whether it's a big man in the paint, or someone twice his size. He just goes in straight to the bucket and he scores.
I started playing with football first, before basketball. I never knew anything about basketball. I just see a couple of my friends going to basketball courts, going to train. I'll be like, what are these people doing? So I intend following them at times to the basketball courts. Then the game was so sweet. I had to blend into it, ask them to teach me about the game. And from there, I started liking the game and I started doing my thing. We are right here in Ekwaja, Abeson Estate, Lagos State, my neighborhood, and I'm here to show you my family members. All right, let's go. This is my grandma. My grandma, you can see I'm taller than her, like really taller than her. Oh, I think it's because she's growing old. I think that's why, because I could remember then when I was small, she was tall. The kind of family I have, we are wide, but they are kind of people that really cherish me up. Like whenever I'm down, they really bring me out. Like they make me focus on what I'm trying to do in life. Even though I'm down, sometimes I just like feel down. I won't wake up, like I won't stand up to go for training and stuff like that. And especially my grandma, she'll be like every morning, hey, stand up, Okiki, are you not going for practice? Like, I'll be like, I'm tired, I'm not going. Okay, what happened? Have you not eaten? Okay, come and take this, eat this. Like, okay, I will try and go. She'll be like, okay, I will try and bring food for you in the evening or cook for you in the evening. Even in the night, she'll be like, have you eaten? Are you sure you're okay? Just to push me more.
I can tell you, I can confidently say he's an NBA prospect. Like, he can guard anybody, he can score on anybody, and he's fearless.
He keeps telling you, all the time he keeps coming to me, be like, boss, we can do this, man, let's do this. That shows you he's a young player that wants to work and then he wants to win. So he keeps telling you, oh, bro, let's do this, man, let's play, let's run and all that stuff. And then, and then when he's on the court, it goes to other players as well. They want to work. And then the past games that we've played, you can see very well that Kiki has been a great player for the team. And then he has been pushing the team too.
Pass the ball, it's almost coming dry. What do they do? What a pass! Afaka really finish it up. Oh! Oh my days! Brilliant.
With the way he's going in the next 5 years, I think he will be able to, because he lost a chance of being part of the junior team. And I think if he gets 1 or 2 of those international exposures, that will push him harder to, be at a good place in the next 5 years.
Rafiki has taken on whole teams single-handedly. A leader on the court and a down-to-earth guy off the court will be following him closely throughout the rest of the season. Well, folks, that's it for today's episode of Ball in Africa. But you want to check out our behind-the-scenes pics and videos? Well, log on to our social media pages and our website www.kwesesports.com for more of what we get up to on our trips and shoots. Also, don't forget to download the Kwese app to stay up to date on the NBA and catch reruns of Ball in Africa. I'll see you all next week. Love, peace, and chicken grease.